So in this video, we're going to talk about the 4 biggest mistakes I think a lot of drone entrepreneurs are making. And as we're getting into 2025, just making sure that you're not making the same mistakes, and really that you're learning from the many lessons that we've all learned from those of us that have been in the industry for a while. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Eno Umo. I'm a pilot turned consultant, and now I run a marketing agency that helps drone businesses grow and scale and grow their brand online. Right now I'm in Accra, Ghana, currently here, for a drone project. And I really just wanted to kind of switch up the style with the video. And a lot of what I do, of course, is researched and thought out and scripted out. But I just wanted to make some more videos that just have me explaining, different concepts and telling stories, and not just kind of, stuck in the studio. I figured I'm here this week, might as well make some content. So if you have any specific requests for topics that you want to see in the videos, I'm going to be making more of these in the very near future. So just let me know, the different topics and things you want to hear, and we'll get right to it. But for today, I want to talk about the 4 biggest mistakes I see other drone business owners making. And I got into the industry in 2015. I've looked over hundreds, if not thousands, of drone business websites, and I've also personally coached drone business owners globally as well. So if you stick around to the end, I will have a bonus tip that you can have as well. So number 1 really is what I call random acts of marketing. And this is essentially when you are, you're so busy, and I know exactly how it is. You're so busy as a drone entrepreneur, and you have to go out and drive to the job site, then you have to go and invoice a client, then you have to do a proposal, then you have to follow up, and there's literally no time in the day, left for marketing. So a lot of times when you realize I need to do marketing, it's not really something that you've planned to do, right? It's just something that you're doing because you're supposed to be doing it. So the disappointing thing is, once you don't get any responses from that marketing, or once that marketing just essentially doesn't hit your audience, a lot feel that social media doesn't work, right? Or it doesn't work for me, or I'm not getting any results, when in reality, it's literally the consistency of doing it over a long period of time, right? You're not going to be posting for a few weeks, even for a month, right, or 2 before you're, even for a month or 2, right, before you actually start to see what's resonating in the thoughts. And I'm not saying that you have to be posting every day, but I am saying that you have to pre-schedule your content, right? So pick a day during the week where you can literally just sit down and script out, what you're going to be posting on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or maybe you're just doing 1 blog post that week. If you're trying to do creation and posting in the same day, it's literally not going to work. Not only are you doing a disservice because you can't properly review and come back to what you produced, but these things aren't supposed to be rushed, right? So the key really is to plan out the different topics that you want to discuss, and just make sure that you're doing it consistently, and you will start to see what's resonating and get those results over time. If you want to start at the base level, I would recommend 3 posts a week on whatever platform that your audience is. So if they're on LinkedIn, post there. If they're on Instagram, focus your time there. I would say 3 posts a week are good, and then 1 or 2 blog posts a month, and then sending an email to your list. So you can call a monthly newsletter that you send out to your email list, and that really gives you a baseline structure, and from there you can kind of scale up and do more. The number 2 mistake that I see is really no clear niche, and I know marketing is not a popular subject among drone entrepreneurs, but the fundamentals of marketing involve you speaking to a specific avatar, right? A specific target market. So when you think about the fundamentals of marketing, it really does come down to identifying a specific person, an avatar, a prototypical client that you would bring on. So there are certain ways to describe this person. They have certain behaviors, they have certain pain points. So for instance, a property manager would have totally different pain points than a construction site superintendent, right? So there's a specific way to sell to these 2 people. There are specific marketing materials that are going to appeal to these 2 people. So you can't just kind of cast a blanket message and expect to attract everyone. Like they say, if you're selling to everyone, you're selling to no one. I talk about this all the time because it's so important. And it's deeper than you thinking that, you're going to cut yourself off from business. You fundamentally will not be able to reach your target market if you're not speaking directly. The reason why a lot of marketing efforts don't hit the mark is because They're not speaking to a specific person. So there's a prompt that I'll leave in the chat, but essentially you can insert your industry. It will literally list out all the specific pain points for the avatar that you've chosen. My suggestion is you focus only on that avatar and then use that strategy to reach other folks. But again, if you're marketing to many people, you're not gonna really find success. Number 3 for the biggest mistakes I see is a lot of drone companies just offer updates and not education. So your goal with social media is not just to let people know, hey, this is what we've done. It's to position yourself as the go-to authority in your niche. So for instance, as a construction site mapping expert, you want to be known for that, right? You want people to know that you are the best in this space and that you are taking, you take your craft very seriously. So instead of just updating people on your latest job and what you've done, give them the story behind it, right? Talk about the lessons that you've learned. Talk about how better off your client is going to be. Talk about the statistics. Talk about the numbers, like statistically, how much better did you make their life? Like, how much did you improve efficiency, or how much time did it save them from your processes? So you really need to educate your audience, and really there's a lot of touch points that are required, right? It's not just you sending them to your website once and expecting them to get it. You need to send these things in the form of like an ebook, as a blog post, as a case study, right? So there are different touch points, right, that you can have that really show your potential audience that you are educated in this subject. The issue, again, with not niching down is you have to go so deep in a specific subject that it requires you to produce these materials. So you're not going to be creating an ebook for construction site management and then also fire control, right? It just takes a lot of bandwidth to go after that. You could almost look at it as like it's two separate businesses, right? That's basically what it is. Because the way that you market to get that type of client is way different than you market to get another type of client. Are they related? Absolutely. And you can definitely use principles from industry to industry. But as far as the type of client, there's definitely a certain way that you have to approach them to get that deal. Number 4 is features over benefits. And as they say, features tell, benefits sell. So when you're describing your services, you want to make sure that you are explaining the key benefits, right, that make your choice the overall choice. The reality is your client can really care less about the type of drone that you fly, right? They only care about the problems that you can solve for them and the fact that they need those problems solved now, right? So if the drone is not going to provide that, they don't care if you fly a DJI or a Chinese drone or a French drone or wherever you're getting your drones from. They honestly don't care. So when you start really explaining technical features without like the practical benefits, the message is not going to follow through. So focus on the big 3. How much more efficient they're going to be, how much time they're going to save, and I would say the biggest one is safety. There was just a report that was put out by Drone Industry Insights. There was recently a survey that was put out by Drone Industry Insights, and they found that the biggest deciding factor with people choosing to use drones is how it enhances safety. So if you can, above all else, make sure that you're selling the fact that drones will improve safety, you're definitely going to get clients from there. So look at your marketing materials, see the type of messaging that you're setting out there, and as long as you're covering that safety component, you're going to get some ears. And like I said, there's a bonus for those of you who stuck around to the end. Number 5 is, and this is actually a really important one, is not having any case studies. And before you start getting, especially like high value clients, they're going to want to make sure that you have done this before, that you're trustworthy, that you're a credible contractor. And you can't prove that if you don't have any evidence on your homepage, or you have all different type of industries. And if you have like different type of industries, on your homepage, or you just simply don't have any testimonials to show like what you've done. So you really need to be laser focused on how do I get testimonials to prove I can do this. If you can't find anyone to let you do work for free, to get a sample and get do a demo and get a sample for free, then find some vacant land, find an abandoned building, find something, some publicly available space that you can go and map or take photos of and build a case study around that. The case study should include three things: the problem that the client had, or if you don't have a client, problem that was had before you came in, the solution that you provided with the drone, and then something that touches on the results. So statistically, how much time was saved or how much money was saved, right? You want to be able to pinpoint like some specific numbers there. So that is the fifth and final point. And yeah, hopefully this was helpful. This is just based on my experience in the industry, and I'm going to be doing more videos like this, like I said. So let me know if you have any questions or comments in the chat. I'm starting to enjoy, putting these videos together, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. And if you need any help with any of this, I'm a pilot turned consultant, and I now run an agency that helps drone business owners grow and scale with content and strategy. So reach out if you need any support. I have some links in the description you can check out, and I'll see you in the next video.